Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for high school basketball brought to you by NBC Watertown. My name is Connor Lalone, and I'll be taking you through tonight's action here in Brownville, New York, where the host General Brown Lions will take on the Lowville Red Raiders in Frontier League Class B boys basketball action. Should be a good game. Both teams having some success early in the season. And looks like we're going to redo the jump here. It'll be these two players to look out for tonight. Actually, we're just going to give the ball to General Brown to start the game. It'll be the two players jumping that we'll want to really focus on tonight. Number 25, Tucker Rosebrook for General Brown, and number 12, Brody Brown for Lowville. Here he is now, is Rosebrook cutting inside. Good ball movement early. It'll be interesting to see how Lowville lines up. The three-pointer is up and is good for Aiden McManaman. So General Brown out to an early 3-0 lead. Here's Brown coming down the court, loses the ball, a fight for it, and General Brown's going to take a timeout after falling on the ball. And so a good start for the Lions, all things considered. An early three-pointer and then forcing a turnover from Lowville's key player, Brody Brown. As I was saying, it'll be Rosebrook and Brown that you'll want to keep an eye on, both leading their teams in points, 2-point field goals, free throws made, and blocks as well. So both players really pivotal for these teams. Previously, we've seen Brown kind of take over a game against Carthage in Lowville, a game we had the pleasure of doing not too long ago. So it'll be General Brown inbounding the ball here. It'll be McManaman, and he'll pass it off to Ryan Hiller, who will bring the ball up the court. Hiller guarded by Myers. Ryan Myers, that is. Dishes it off to Luke Heller. Cuts inside after passing it to Aiden McManaman, still fighting for the rebound. And the ball was eventually put up and in by Rosebrook, but not before he had traveled. And so Lowville will take possession. Inbounded to Brown, who brings it up the court. Brody Brown is really an offensive weapon. Passing around the top now are the Red Raiders, cutting inside and going to the basket before dishing back out to Myers. Myers kicks it outside to Gronowski. The three-pointer is up and away from Dalton Myers, and that's no good. Rebounded by General Brown. It'll bring it up the court. It's Ryan Hiller with the ball, taking it himself to the basket. Kicks it out for the three-pointer, which is up and good from Caleb Price. General Brown leads 6-0. Here's Brody Brown for Lowville, bring it up the court. Hand it off to Myers. And then to Dalton Myers. Outside for three. Thought about it, takes it inside instead. It's Michael Thale for the two-pointer. 6-2 is the score. In the corner now, good defensive pressure from Lowville. Nearly forced a turnover out of Ryan Hiller. But General Brown will maintain possession. It's Myers who got the last touch on that one before it went out of bounds. In the corner now, Aiden McManaman is able to get it out of pressure and escape. General Brown brings the ball up the court. Here's McManaman to Hiller. Hiller cuts to the paint. No good. Rebounded by Lowville. Brown now bringing it up the court. Brody Brown driving to the basket. Dishes it out for Jake Rupert. And then to Michael Thale, whose three-pointer is no good. Ball at the top of the basket. And it will be General Brown's ball. Price on the inbound to Hiller. Price now kicks it out to the far side to McManaman in the corner and dishing to the basket. And fouled on the shot was Luke Heller. And he'll go to the free throw line for two shots on the foul by Jake Rupert for Lowville. So two free throws here. Tucker Rosebrook, the sole man down there for General Brown. He's now joined by Caleb Price. Second free throw attempt for Luke Heller is good. 7-2, the Lions lead over the Red Raiders. Here's Brown again, bringing the ball up the court. Dish to Myers. Dalton Myers cutting to the basket. Ball is tied up. Jump ball, Lowville will retain possession. A little bit of confusion there, but the ball was held. And Lowville will inbound. Brown to inbound. Kicks it out to Rupert. Back to Brown. Doubled. Out to Myers. Back to Brown. Brown cutting to the basket. And is whistled for an offensive foul. It was Rosebrook who stepped in and took that charge. So two big bodies there colliding on that play. The two big players for both of these teams. And Rosebrook wins the early battle, getting the charge call on Brown. General Brown now moving it up the court. In the near corner is Heller. Into the paint for Rosebrook, who spins and puts it in for 2 points. Tucker Rosebrook, the big man, just able to get the better of Brown in that situation. Here's Myers, Dalton Myers on the ball. On the near side, and then cutting into the paint. Throws it up, is no good. The shot was by Michael Fail, and then a foul call again against the Red Raiders. So that foul was called against Michael Fail, the one who had put that shot up. Layup attempt was no good. General Brown inbounding the ball. McManaman passes back to Hiller. Hiller to the near side finds Caleb Price. Cuts to the basket and puts it up. Just misses. And then the ball is deflected out of play, but actually a foul is called on that play as Brody Brown was trying to bring in a rebound. Here he is bringing the ball up the court now. Brody Brown for Lowville passes to Dalton Myers on the far side. Ball swung all the way back over here to the near side. Logan Watson passes back to Dalton Myers. Watson had plenty of space on the near side. Puts a three up, is no good. Brown runs in. Gets a hand on the rebound before being tipped out of bounds. Lowville maintained possession here. About 4 minutes and 14 seconds to go on the clock in the first quarter. Here's Brown on the inbound. Finds Watson. Now Ryan Myers passes to Brown. Sets a screen. Ball thrown to the near side for Jake Rupert. Myers to Myers, and Myers dishes into the paint. Took a little bit of contact. The shot's no good. Ryan Myers on the layup attempt. Here's Aiden McManaman bringing the ball up the court. Dishes to Price, who then finds Ryan Hiller. Hiller sizing up the defense. Finds his man in the corner. Down to Rosebrook in the paint. Posting up and putting it in with a left hand. Tucker Rosebrook for 2 points. Here's Brown now bringing the ball up the court. Brody Brown finds Rupert to the far side as Watson. Dalton Myers on the ball, passes to Brown, who thought about the shot, is going to take it into the paint himself. Dishes back to Myers. Brown puts up a three, just short, and rebounded by Rosebrook. Hiller bringing the ball up the court, passes back to McManaman, and they'll exchange again. Here's Hiller. Caleb Price drives in, finds Rosebrook, who's going to put up a long two. No good, off the back iron, and eventually the ball will find its way out of bounds. Last touch by Lowville. It'll be General Brown's ball. Score is 11-2, an early lead for the Lions here in Brownville. And they've still got the ball. McManaman now. Down to Price, and then finds Heller in the corner. Here's Price again with the ball. Posting up is Hiller, who puts up a right-handed shot from the left side. No good. Offensive rebound. Second shot is good. Luke Heller. And it looks like we're going to get an early timeout for the Lowville Red Raiders, who find themselves trailing 13-2 with about 2 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the first quarter of tonight's matchup. So far we have seen some dominance actually from General Brown. Really hard to really know exactly what to expect going into tonight's game because both of these teams have had so much success early in the season. Lowville, the owners of a 7-1 record. The only blemish on that is a loss to Catholic Central down in Troy, New York. A game that was a pretty close one. They lost by 9 points. General Brown's only loss was a 12-point loss to Clinton at Clinton on the road. So a couple of road losses for these teams are the only blemishes on their otherwise perfect records. And so coming into tonight was a tough one to call. Obviously, loads of game left, but General Brown has looked pretty sharp out of the gate, led by their main man, Tucker Rosebrook, who's been a force inside, using his strength and size efficiently and effectively so far. Here's Brown for Lowville, bringing the ball up the court. Brody Brown dishes to Myers. Myers passes to Myers, who then takes it into the paint. Outside is Ryan Myers, who cuts back inside, goes to the paint, and gets the layup to fall. 2 points for Ryan Myers. In the corner teamed was Heller, who eventually does get the ball out, and it's Price now with it. Price down to the near side corner for Heller. The ball is rebounded by Lowville and brought up the court by Brown again. Brown cuts to the paint, puts a shot up, is no good. Out of bounds, last touch by Brown. And it'll be General Brown's ball. Bit of a conversation for the officials on that far side before the inbound play. And it looks like Lowville will actually retain possession following that officiating discussion. So it'll be Brown to inbound, Brody Brown. Doesn't have a lot of options. Just going to throw it deep back long to Ryan Myers, who will then attempt to set up the offense. Here is Ryan Myers cutting to the basket. Kicks it back to Brown, who puts up a shot from inside the free throw line. Off the back of the iron, up and good. 2 points for Brody Brown. We're seeing a full court press early from Lowville now. They're able to break it, General Brown is, by getting it to Rosebrook and then kicking it to the corner. A 3-point shot from Aiden McManaman is good for General Brown. The General Brown offense clicking early in this one. Here's Brown for Lowville. Dishes off. A 3-pointer is up and is good. Nothing but net on that one for Logan Watson from Lowville. Double teamed is Hiller, able to get the ball over the midcourt line. Eventually is General Brown. The layup is good on the attempt, that time from Heller. And here's Brown now bringing the ball up the court. Pass to Myers. He's got some space in the lane. Last touch off of the knee of Dalton Myers. And it'll be General Brown's ball with just over 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. General Brown leading 18-9, actually, is the score. Double teamed again in the full court press for Lowville. Ball stripped away, and here is Ryan Myers taking the ball to the basket. Looked like some contact, but no foul, and rebounded by General Brown. McManaman now with the ball. Here is Ryan Hiller, moving his teammates into position. Hiller seems content to let the clock run down. Rosebrook with an excellent little reverse layup, puts it up with his favored left hand for 2 points right as the first quarter will expire. And General Brown with a 20-9 lead at the end of the first quarter over the Lowville Red Raiders here in Brownville, New York. Like I said, my name is Connor Lalone. I'm taking you through our action tonight. To my left, of course, on the controls, my good friend, Zach Zabriskie. And we are delighted to bring you high school basketball from the Frontier League for NBC Watertown. Tonight's matchup here in Brownville, New York, the General Brown Lions taking on the visiting Lowville Red Raiders. At the end of the first quarter, General Brown leads 20-9. It's been dominant performance so far for who else but Tucker Rosebrook for General Brown. Really not much of an answer from Lowville down low for his strength and size. So with about 10 seconds left here in this first intermission, both teams having a conversation. Be interesting to see what the game plan is for Lowville and head coach Zach Shambo, who so far don't seem to have much of an answer for General Brown's offense. We'll see if that changes here in the second quarter. Ball is inbounded and brought up the court by Drew Pauly. Checking into the game for General Brown. Handed off to Ryan Hiller, who's done most of the ball carrying for this Lions team so far tonight. Screen set by Rosebrook, who then rolls off of it. Shot is up from Hiller. Is no good. Rebounded by Logan Watson for Lowville, who will bring the ball up the court. He passes it to Ryan Myers. And then handed off to Brody Brown, who's quickly doubled. Three-pointer is up and away from Myers. Is no good. Rebounded by Rosebrook. And so Lowville still not really in any sort of flow offensively just yet. Here's Rosebrook. Picks up his dribble. Passes across the court to Drew Pauly, who then hands off to Ryan Hiller. Hiller taking it to the basket and up and under for the reverse for 2 points. Ryan Hiller with the layup. General Brown extends the lead 22-9. Brown hands off to Myers. Watson to Dalton Myers and then to Jake Rupert. Now here is Ryan Myers with the ball. Hands it off to Dalton Myers, and then just really good ball movement from Lowville up top. And they eventually do find Brody Brown now, who kicks it out. Three-pointer from Myers is no good. Rebounded by Rosebrook. That was Dalton Myers on the three-point attempt for Lowville. Here's Ryan Hiller, who dishes out to this near side for Drew Pauly. Handed back to Hiller. We're going to get a timeout called by General Brown with just over 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. General Brown leads 22-9 over the Lowville Red Raiders. So not entirely certain what General Brown head coach Matthew Fisk would be looking at here, calling that timeout. Maybe he just wants to draw up a play, but you have to think he'd be pleased with his team's performance so far. A pretty good early lead here, and General Brown has been really solid on both ends of the ball. Obviously, the game plan for them has been mainly to get Tucker Rosebrook in the paint and get him with his back to the basket in a position where he can do some serious damage, and he has so far. On the other side for Lowville, they'll be drawing up a way to stop Rosebrook from doing just that and trying to get some more looks for Brody Brown, their main player. They've had some good open three-point looks so far, and Ryan Myers and Dalton Myers have both seen some. Watson has taken a couple as well, and you have to think that if those shots are still open and Lowville keeps getting them, eventually they will fall. They've got too many good three-point shooters for them not to. Here's Rosebrook in the paint, kicks it to the near side, the three-pointer. Not quite good. There's a foul underneath on the rebound. It'll be against General Brown. The foul is called on Caleb Price underneath as he was fighting for position for the rebound following the missed three-pointer. Here's Brown for Lowville. Myers on this near side. He hands it off to him. Back to Brown. Brown guarded by Hiller. Spins. Tried to use the glass, but it was just a little short. Rebounded by Rosebrook and handed back to Ryan Hiller. So you got to think that Lowville would have liked that matchup Brown versus Hiller. Brown just unable to take advantage on that occasion. Foul before the shot. The spinning shot attempt out of the post up by Ryan Hiller. And foul will be against Ryan Myers. Inbounded to Rosebrook. Underneath, spinning and putting the shot up, just unable to get that one to fall, was Luke Heller. Here's Brown now in transition. Whistle goes for a block against Luke Heller as Brown was cutting to the basket, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. So here's Brody Brown, Lowville's leader. And as I mentioned, almost every offensive category. One of those categories that he leads in is free throw shooting, free throws made and attempted. And that one, first one was good, cutting the lead to 22-10 for the host, General Brown Lions. Second free throw is good from Brown, and so it's 22-11. Again, pressure from Lowville. Trying to spin away from the pressure was Ryan Hiller before he was fouled on a reach. And so it'll be General Brown will inbound the ball over there by the Lowville bench on the far sideline. Here's Brock McManaman checking into the game, getting his first touches. Hiller now with the ball. McManaman, number 23 here on this near side, newly entering the game. Here's Rosebrook. A little bit of a Dirk Nowitzki-esque kind of fade out of the post there, and he made it. 2 points, another 2 points for Tucker Rosebrook. Here's Myers. Step-up jumper for him is good. Scores now 24-13. General Brown in transition has some numbers. Lowville does get back. It's going to be whistled for a travel on the attempt for Drew Pauly. I believe that was for General Brown. Rupert inbounds to Brown, who brings the ball up the court for Lowville. Lowville's done a better job in this second quarter, cutting into the lead. Here's Brown, unable to get that one. Ricocheted hard back off the backboard. Bringing the ball up the court now is Hiller. Hiller again with the ball, setting up the offense. Guarded tightly by Ryan Myers. We're going to get a whistle. And the ball will be turned over. And so Lowville will take possession here. Myers on the far side. Passes to Dalton Myers, who takes it to the basket. Fights off some contact, finds Rupert. Thought about the three. Instead, he's going to pass it to Logan Watson, who will drain the three-pointer. Again, cutting in the lead. Here's the pressure from Lowville, something they were known for. General Brown does a great job breaking it, though. Here's Brock McManaman finding Hiller, who does an acrobatic move and puts it up and in for 2 points. Here's Brody Brown now. Myers on the far side. Looked like he had a lane to the basket, but lost his handle. In the corner again for three. Just short that time was a three from Watson. And a long pass down the court. Here's McManaman spinning, putting it up with the right hand. No good. Looked like that ball might have been tied up. And instead it will be a travel whistled against Logan Watson for Lowville. And General Brown will retain possession. So Brock McManaman will make way for General Brown for number 11, Luke Heller. Here's the corner three. No good. Rebounded by General Brown. Offensive rebound. Second chance is no good. Another offensive rebound. Thought about the three-pointer. Shot is blocked by Brown. Able to get in the face of Rosebrook and blocked that one. And here's a long outlet down the court, was nearly put in by Ryan Myers. Good job to get back by Rosebrook on that one. Hiller will slow it down. Thought about the three-pointer, did Pauly. Here's Rosebrook now against Brown, and Brown's called for a block as Rosebrook went to go around him. So the first foul that is for Brown. Obviously something to watch out for, as he's such a key player for this Lowville Red Raiders squad. Inbounded and right under the basket in plenty of space was Caleb Price, who put it up for 2 points. Easy layup on the inbound. Three-pointer for Myers. Great stroke there. Dalton Myers for three. Good spin move. Then double-teamed and loses the ball. Jump ball. Well, Price did well to get away from his first defender there and then was immediately double-teamed. And Lowville managed to tie up, and they'll take the ball on the possession arrow. Here on this near side, inbounding the ball is Eli Gronowski. Here is Brown, and all the way to the far side to Myers. Top of the arc, passes to Brown. Brown's fouled on the shot. Michael Thale, who was at the top of the arc in plenty of space. Looked like he had the shot if he wanted it, but instead elected to pass it to Brown, who was then fouled in the act of shooting, and he'll have two shots here. Loud eruption from the General Brown student section down by the far basket. A basket where Brown is shooting. A good group of General Brown students here on this near sideline, but it couldn't throw off Brown on that first shot. And they couldn't on the second either. He makes them both. So Brown's made all four of his free throws so far tonight. And General Brown has seen their lead shrink a little bit here in the second quarter. It's 28-21 with 1 minute and 50 seconds to go here in the second quarter. So much better second quarter for Lowville, who trailed pretty significantly at the end of the first. It seems like their offense has started to come to life a little bit here in the second quarter. They've had some big plays made by their man, Brody Brown, but Logan Watson has had a couple of big three-pointers, and he looks like a player that General Brown will look to maybe mark a little bit tighter. He's had some space. He's been open for a couple of shots, and he's made no mistake. Here's General Brown inbounding the ball. It's Hiller. Back to Aiden McManaman. And back to Hiller. Hiller guarded by Myers. Brings the ball up the court. Gets over half court. Top of the key is Caleb Price. Hands it off to Rosebrook, who passes down low for 3 points. The shot is up, is long. Kick back out. Top of the arc three is also no good. Rebounded eventually by Lowville. It was Watson on the rebound. It was Heller who put up that first three-pointer. A lot of contact on that far sideline. And it looks like we're going to get a block called against Tucker Rosebrook. That is what the official signaled. Well, depending on which side of the gymnasium you're sitting, all sorts of opinions about that one. Fans to my right, General Brown fans very vocal that they didn't think there was anything wrong, and the Lowville fans clamoring for something a little more severe than just a personal foul. We'll see how General Brown and Lowville respond. In the corner now, kicking out to Myers. Spinning is fouled by Caleb Price. And they will say he was in the act of shooting. And Dalton Myers will go to the line for two for the Lowville Red Raiders. Dalton Myers also a very solid free throw shooter in general. Second in points for this Red Raiders squad coming into tonight. His first free throw was good. And so is the second after a little bit of a nice bounce off the front of the rim. Pressure again from Lowville. General Brown seems to break through pretty well on the near side. Fouled. Foul on Watson as Drew Pauly attempted to cut to the inside. And Drew Pauly's going to go to the line. Drew Pauly at the line for General Brown. Misses the first end of a one-on-one. Rebounded by Dalton Myers, who brings the ball up the court. Guarded by Pauly. Pauly strips him of it, but committed a foul. It looked for a second like Drew Pauly was going to be able to pick that one up and take it in all by himself. But he's whistled for a foul, and Dalton Myers will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Lowville in the bonus now. First free throw is no good. Rebounded by General Brown and put up on his own basket by Luke Heller. Fortunately, he missed and was able to grab the rebound again. A bit of confusion there for Heller. Here he is, looking to put it up on the right basket this time. He's going to pass it out to the three-point line. Heller again, down underneath. Puts that one up, is no good. Rebounded by Logan Watson. Brown bringing the ball up the court, loses it. And still fighting, spinning, was Rosebrook. And Heller puts that one up and in. So Luke Heller having an eventful second quarter. Here's Brown. Myers in the corner. Three-pointer right at the buzzer is no good. And so the score will remain 30-23. General Brown leads here at the end of the first half. So what a first half of basketball we've seen so far. We had a feeling that it would be a battle of two heavyweights, and it has been so far. Brody Brown for Lowville and Tucker Rosebrook for General Brown. Although it has to be said, a lot of the scoring for Lowville has actually been done by Logan Watson, who's had some three-pointers. And so a good battle so far between these two teams. We're going to take a break. Zachary Brisky's going to actually step in on the microphone for us on NBC Watertown High School basketball.
Yeah, crazy game we've been having. I mean, it's a game of trying to get an open shot.
Absolutely. Both teams have been playing some excellent defense.
I think what General Brown's been doing really well, in fact, is their ability to find like the really open shot, you know? They pass the ball around, they find the shot they want, rather than Lowville, who's been kind of shooting on the run, off balance, not getting the shots they really want, but it's still a close game. Basketball's a game of runs. Lowville could catch fire real quick.
Yeah, I think there are few statements that are more true in sports than basketball being a game of runs. It really is. And we saw that perfectly in the contradiction between those first two quarters. I mean, General Brown really couldn't miss in that first quarter, and then Lowville kind of had the better run of it in the second. So good matchup so far.
Yeah, and let me just shout out a few of our sponsors. We got Farney's. If you're looking to do some remodeling, project checkout, or something else, Farney's is right in Carthage, and they have anything you could need or want. Right on Route 12, they can help you build your dream house, remodel right in front of you. You can come in, check out the lumber yard, and do some home building. We also have Buffalo Wild Wings, and I know we've got a crazy wild card coming up here for the NFL. I mean, I'm excited to watch some games. If you're excited to watch some games, the best place to celebrate is Buffalo Wild Wings. You got wings, you got drinks. You can just celebrate a team victory even. One of these teams can come back to Buffalo Wild Wings after their win. And it's going to be it'll be a great time. And one last sponsor is Massey's Furniture Barn. Check out Massey's January clearance sale going on now. Save up to 70%. Shop Massey's Furniture Barn. And that's all we got. I will remind you that in no way are these sponsors attributed to the Frontier League or this court or this school. This is all NBC Watertown. And we'll get back to you after this halftime break.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to high school basketball brought to you by NBC Watertown here in Brownville, New York. I'm Connor Lalone with Zach Zabriskie on the controls. And it's been a great one so far. General Brown and Lowville, really a tale of two quarters. Three-pointers up and good. No good, rather. Pardon me. Here's Dalton Myers now. As I was saying, it's been a close one. Tale of two quarters, really, as the three-pointer is missed by Jake Rupert. Here's Rosebrook. General Brown jumped out to an early lead in the first. Well, Lowville clawed their way back in the second. Rupert's whistled for a foul on Luke Heller for General Brown. It'll be his second. Hiller inbounds to Heller, who has his shot blocked by Rupert, who then attempted to knock that one back off of Heller and was unsuccessful in doing so. He had stepped out of bounds before he touched that ball. Off the inbound, Rosebrook with a little hook shot is no good. Rebounded, offensive rebound. Second chance is no good. Third chance after a couple of offensive rebounds for Ryan Hiller, both of them no good. Here's Myers driving to the basket. Contact, and the basket is good. So three-point play opportunity for Dalton Myers on a fast break layup. Great job there from Dalton Myers to absorb the contact and make the basket. And he's got a free throw coming his way as well. Free throw for Myers is just in and out. Strong rebound there for Luke Heller. And General Brown will bring the ball up with Aiden McManaman. Hiller finds Heller. Here's McManaman into Rosebrook down in the post. Triple teamed before dishing it back out. Three-pointer is short of the rim. Rebounded by General Brown. Rosebrook now in the paint. Through some contact. Finds his shot blocked by Brown. And out of play. General Brown will retain possession. So obvious that the game plan from Lowville has been to put more bodies on Rosebrook since they just don't have the size to match up with him. Confusion on the inbound, but Rosebrook gets the ball, is fouled on the shot. Shot is no good, so it'll be two free throws coming up for Tucker Rosebrook. Saw him out before the game during warm-ups, and most of his warm-up routine consisted of free throws. That one looked very pure, and he's got another one coming up. Second free throw from Rosebrook is no good, too strong. Rebounded by Dalton Myers, who brings the ball up the court. He's got Myers in the corner, but he's going to take it himself. Strong off the back iron and rebounded by McManaman before passing to Hiller, who will bring the ball up the court. Ryan Hiller now into the paint. Up and around is no good. Whistle. Foul on the floor against Lowville. So General Brown inbound under the basket following a foul. Underneath the basket is Hiller, who puts it up, bounces around, and falls for 2 points. Brody Brown now with the ball to Myers. Finds Rupert in the corner. Myers now. Top of the arc, thought about the shot. Instead, will pass it out. Here's Myers for three. Three-pointer's good for Ryan Myers on the assist from Dalton Myers. Good pressure from Lowville again. General Brown breaks out. Here's McManaman. And they'll slow it back down, get the ball to Ryan Hiller, who will again run the offense. Near side is Caleb Price. Foul on the floor. Shot was blocked by Brown, but the whistle had gone before that. Getting ready to check in for Lowville is Logan Watson at the scorer's table, and he'll come in now. And another substitution for Lowville as well. Michael Fail will come in, and Jake Rupert will make way for him. Hiller at the top of the arc. Finds McManaman, who cuts inside. Heller dishes outside. Lost the ball on the way up and taken away by Brown. That was Drew Pauly who lost handle of it. And Pauly now trying to guard Brown. Brown from the free throw line is no good. And Hiller will bring the ball up the court. To the basket, defended by Brown. Was Luke Heller. The ball is turned over, and Myers comes all the way down the court and misses the layup. Too strong off of the glass. So Drew Pauly handling the ball before passing it off to Aiden McManaman, and then Hiller. It's Rosebrook underneath. His pass misses everyone and finds its way out of bounds. Rosebrook asking if maybe that one had been tipped, but it wasn't, say the officials, and a turnover for Tucker Rosebrook. Brody Brown now, as Lowville's cut the lead to just 5 points. And Myers with another three-point play opportunity as he's fouled on the layup, cutting to the basket, and had a clear lane as he was fouled from behind. And Dalton Myers can cut this lead to just 2 points with a free throw here. Free throw from Myers. Bounces and rolls around and does fall in. And it's 33-31. Here's Rosebrook. Down in the corner was Brock McManaman, who's now in the game. Rosebrook passes it and then sets a screen for Hiller, whose shot is no good. Rebounded by Rosebrook. Just using his height there and then strength as he puts that one up and in, and General Brown's going to take a timeout. Well, they've lost a lot of their lead, but they still do lead by 4 points. It's 35-31 with just over 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter of Frontier League Class B boys basketball action, brought to you by NBC Watertown. Well, as I was saying, attempting to say at the beginning of this second half, General Brown jumped out to a really early lead in the first quarter. Eventually, Lowville has slowly clawed their way back, cutting it to as little as 2 points on a free throw from Dalton Myers. He's had a couple of three-point plays tonight. One of them was that one just not too long ago that cut it to 3 points. General Brown leads now by 4. And so it's really what we would have expected. Both teams with some serious talent. And this Frontier League Class B rivalry between Lowville and General Brown as strong as ever as these two teams compete here in Brownville, New York. So after the timeout, it'll be Lowville to inbound, and Brown will bring the ball up the court for the Red Raiders. He finds Myers, who then passes to Fail in the corner. Fail in space in the corner, takes a step in, and then lets the jumper go. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Luke Heller, and Ryan Hiller will carry the ball up the court for the Lions. Hiller to McManaman, and then to Rosebrook, who finds the other McManaman. It's Aiden that time. Here's Heller, cutting to the paint, putting the shot up is no good. Rebounded by Michael Fail, and Brody Brown finds Myers on the layup. No good, rebounded by Dalton Myers, and he's fouled. Ryan Myers with the initial layup attempt that was rebounded by Dalton Myers. And then the foul will go against General Brown. It'll be Ryan Hiller who's whistled for it. That'll be his first. Inbound by Brown finds Dalton Myers, who finds Ryan Myers. Back to Brown in the corner. Eventually able to control that ball is Michael Fail. Takes a step in and then passes to Myers. Fail again, and plenty of space. Elects not to shoot. Will pass to Brown, who sizes up McManaman before finding Dalton Myers, who puts up a three-pointer, and that is good. Off the back iron and in for Dalton Myers on the three-pointer. Pressure again from Lowville. Long pass into the corner is caught and controlled by Heller. McManaman to McManaman. Brock McManaman to Aiden McManaman, that is. And Hiller on the ball is taken away by Lowville and traveled after controlling that ball. Did Michael Fail. So almost a really big takeaway for the Red Raiders. Instead, it'll be a travel, and General Brown will keep the ball. Meanwhile, this game has gotten all the way down to 1 point. It's 35-34 with 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Pauly hands it off to Ryan Hiller, who sizes up his opposite number 10, Logan Watson. Cutting out of the paint and getting in, and missing the layup was Hiller. Offensive rebound and a second chance opportunity is converted by Luke Heller. Brody Brown now with the ball. 3-point game, 37-34. Myers to Myers at the top of the arc. It's Logan Watson here on this near corner. Pass to Michael Fail, who fakes the handoff. Dalton Myers with the ball now. Spinning, driving into the paint. Through some contact, is able to put the shot up, but it's no good. On the offensive rebound, and then the second chance shot. Brody Brown is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for two more. It's already 4 for 4 tonight from the free throw line. He'll get two more opportunities here. That foul was against Drew Pauly, his third of the night. First shot for Brown is good. And it's a 2-point ball game, 37-35, with under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Second free throw for Brown is good, and it's back to a 1-point game. Pressure again from Lowville. General Brown breaking out, though. Hand it off to Luke Heller. Luke Heller was fouled. Foul will go against Michael Fail, and that'll be his third. Inbounded now, and in the corner is McManaman, Aiden McManaman. On this near side, Caleb Price. Quickly blocked off was Price. Here's Hiller. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Dalton Myers. Myers will bring the ball up to court. Passed off, cutting into the paint and putting a shot up is no good. Nearly got his own offensive rebound, Michael Fail. But it'll be last touch off of Fail and out of bounds. General Brown ball with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter. So inbounding the ball is Caleb Price for General Brown. He's going to find Aiden McManaman. Back to Price. And here's Hiller. Back to McManaman and Price again. Good ball movement to break the press by General Brown. Heller underneath, finds Price out wide. Three-pointers, no good. Rebound, and here's Myers bringing the ball up the court. Ryan Myers, this is for Brown. Brown thought about the three, but is going to take it and pass to the far side to Watson. The ball eventually comes all the way to this near side. Watson on the near side to Brown. Brown sizing up Hiller, taking it inside, losing the ball, stripped by Ryan Hiller. Long pass down the court is caught by Heller, and Luke Heller is fouled on the shot, and he'll shoot two. Foul will go against Brody Brown. That'll be his second of the night. So 2 shots coming up for Luke Heller. First free throw from Heller is silky smooth. And the General Brown lead is back to 2. Second shot now from Luke Heller is also good. So General Brown leads 39-36 with 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Brody Brown for Lowville. Screen from Fail. Now a screen from Myers. Fail in the near corner. Thought about the 3, is going to drive inside instead. Puts it up for 2 points. Good move by Michael Fail to get 2 points. A last-ditch heave at the end of the third quarter by Ryan Hiller. It was well short of the basket. And so at the end of the third, the score is 39-38. General Brown leads by a single point. Lowville has done an excellent job cutting into this lead. Really a war of attrition. They've just battled and battled ever since that rough start. And they found themselves right in it as we're set to start the fourth quarter in about 45 seconds following the brief intermission.
And I just wanted to stop in, remind you of our sponsors for tonight's game. Check out Massey's January clearance sale going on right now. Save up to 70%. Shop Massey's Furniture Barn. And if you're looking to celebrate this big win today by either team, who knows who it could be, best place to celebrate is Buffalo Wild Wings. They got games if you're looking to watch the playoff games this weekend. And who doesn't love some wings? And last but not least is Farney's. If you're looking to do a remodeling project, or you're looking for lumber, or you're looking for a dream remodel right in front of your eyes, just go to Farney's on Carthage Route 26, and they can help you find whatever you need. And back to you.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate that. Always good to hear from Zach Zabriskie. He's pivotal to this operation. Wouldn't be possible without him over there on the controls. So as we start the fourth quarter, it's a single point separating the teams. Lowville moving the ball around. It's Brown at the top of the arc. Finds Dalton Myers, who passes it to Logan Watson. Finds Dalton Myers on the far side. Good pass. Splits the defense. Michael Fail had some space, but turned down the shot. Here's a 3 instead, and it's good from Logan Watson. He's been on fire all night. Logan Watson, a real pivotal piece of this offense for Lowville, stepped up tonight and made some key 3-pointers. Quick break down the court for General Brown, and it's in and good on the layup from Caleb Price. Found himself in some space in behind the defense and was able to put that one up and in for 2 points. This game is tied at 41 apiece as Lowville moves the ball around. Watson thought about it, but instead it'll be Myers. No good. Rebounded by Rosebrook. And it will be Ryan Hiller to bring the ball up for General Brown in a tie game, 41-41. So Lowville's brought it all the way back. They even took a lead there for a little bit. And General Brown now looking to respond. Rosebrook to the top of the arc. Now Rosebrook underneath again, goes up. No good, gets his own rebound. That's no good. Another offensive rebound for General Brown. Fouled on this shot was Luke Heller. So a couple of big offensive rebounds for General Brown on that possession. And Luke Heller was fouled on his third chance shot attempt. And he'll go to the line for 2. Unable to break the tie with the first free throw. It's still 41-41. Another shot coming up for Luke Heller of General Brown. Heller's second free throw is also no good, and the game will stay tied, rebounded by Dalton Myers, who finds Brown on this near side. He's got Myers in the corner, who is going to elect to cut it inside. Shot was blocked by Rosebrook, but there was a foul beforehand. It'll be on Luke Heller, and that'll be his third foul. And so Ryan Myers will go to the line, shooting 2. Ryan Myers, a great shooter, leading this Lowville team in 3-pointers. But he finds his first free throw just a little short off the front rim. And the game is still tied 41-41. Second free throw attempt for Ryan Myers. Misses right. Rebounded by General Brown, and the game is tied. Good pressure from Lowville. General Brown able to break through, though. Into the paint is Heller. A couple of very nice passes, and the three-pointer is no good. Foul underneath. Well, some excellent passing underneath. Thought for sure we would see a 2-point field goal attempted there, and instead it was a 3-pointer out of the hands of Aiden McManaman. Looks like we're going to get called for a foul underneath. It looked like it was Jake Rupert. And indeed it will be Jake Rupert's third foul as he went up for that rebound underneath. And so now it's Caleb Price at the line. Price makes the first end of a 1-and-1, breaks the tie. It's 42-41. And Caleb Price has got another free throw attempt here. Second free throw from Price is no good. Rebounded by Brown and able to control it. He'll bring it up the court now. He's got some players in some open space. He's going to pass it off to Watson, who then dishes to Myers, who then dishes to Ryan Myers, who is whistled for a travel as he tried to make his way into the painted area. And we're going to get a timeout called by Lowville with 5 minutes and 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter of what has been an excellent, excellent game so far. Two of the big powerhouses in the North Country up here, General Brown and Lowville. Class B Frontier League action. Lowville, who is 7-1, and General Brown, who are 6-1. Two teams that their only losses this season have been tough non-Frontier League, non-league opponents that they've gone on the road and put up good fights against. General Brown's only loss to Clinton on the road, and Lowville's only loss at Catholic Central and Troy. So both of those tough places to go play, tough teams to go play, and the only blemishes for these two teams so far. So it's been everything we could have expected and hoped for this matchup. And Lowville bringing the pressure again following the timeout. Here's Ryan Hiller, guarded by Logan Watson. Eli Granovsky has come into the game for Lowville. He's guarding Heller there. Into the paint for Rosebrook. Kicks back out to Hiller. Hiller puts the shot up. It's off the left of the iron and rebounded by Dalton Myers, who brings the ball up the court with some speed. Dalton Myers passes to Brown, who then kicks out to Myers on this near side. Brown finds Watson, who kicks it to Granovsky. Dalton Myers on the near side in plenty of space, and the three-pointers just no good, but Logan Watson, who was wide open on that attempt. Here's Hiller bringing the ball quickly up the court. General Brown's going to call a timeout after they possess the ball over midcourt. General Brown takes a timeout with the game still completely up for grabs. It's 42-41 with just over 4.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. General Brown looked very composed initially. They had an early lead, a pretty substantial lead here in the first quarter of this one. And ever since then, Lowville has just slowly but surely fought their way back into it. And really through no fault of General Brown. It's not as if General Brown has done anything wrong. Lowville has just been slowly ticking away at that lead, and this game's been tied a couple of times since then. Both teams actually using a pretty substantial combination of offensive weapons. I think initially many of us, myself included, would have expected to see Brody Brown and Tucker Rosebrook kind of get the vast majority of points, and while both of those players have been huge and certainly have been very pivotal for their teams, it's also been Luke Heller and Ryan Hiller for General Brown, as well as Logan Watson and Dalton Myers. That three-pointer's up and no good. Here's Brown now, bringing it up the court. Watson to the near side for Gronowski. Myers. Ryan Myers to Dalton Myers. And now Brown on the near side, cutting into the paint and up for the layup, and it's good. 2 points for Brody Brown on the layup. Able to just get past his man and lay that one in on the near side with his strong right hand was Brody Brown. Brownville breaking the pressure now. And the shot up from Heller was no good. Second chance for Tucker Rosebrook is good, and he's fouled. It'll be a free throw for Tucker Rosebrook and an opportunity to make it a 3-point play for the General Brown Lions. So that'll be a 4th foul on Brody Brown. Free throw from Rosebrook's no good. Rebounded by Dalton Myers. Obviously something to watch out for. Brown on 4 fouls now. Three-pointer is up and too strong. Rebounded by Rosebrook. Three-pointer attempt by Logan Watson, who's cooled off a little bit here in the 4th quarter. Here's Ryan Hiller now. Finds Caleb Price. Rosebrook into the paint and got wrong side of his man, did Aiden McManaman, but unable to put that one in. Ball goes out of play, last touched by Lowville. Michael Thale will check in for Lowville. He'll replace Eli Gronowski. Ball inbounded, then immediately passed back to Hiller. Outside. Good ball movement. Gets the ball down to Rosebrook, who is then fouled. Foul will go against, I believe, Michael Thale. And it is Michael Thale, and he's fouled out. So Thale picks up his 5th against Tucker Rosebrook, who's such a force inside with his size and strength. And immediately Eli Gronowski will come back into the game as Rosebrook makes his first free throw. And General Brown extends the lead to 2 points with another free throw coming up. Rosebrook's second shot, no good. Rebounded by Watson. Dalton Myers will bring the ball up the court. Watson thought about it, but passes to Brown. Brown cutting in against Rosebrook. Shot is no good. And rebounded by Ryan Hiller. Hiller now loses control briefly, but is able to maintain possession against Ryan Myers. Rosebrook down low. Gets past Dalton Myers and saw Brody Brown kind of back out of that one. He's on 4 fouls. Foul would disqualify Brown, so obviously he's going to be a little careful down there underneath the basket. Lowville's going to take a timeout here, trailing by 4 points with 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter of action. So it's been a real battle. All of a sudden, the stands here in Brownville gotten awfully quiet during this timeout. Other than that, it's been a really raucous atmosphere from both sides, really. Fans to our left and in front of us are mainly those who are pulling for Lowville, and those to our right are Obviously those for General Brown as well as the General Brown student section at the far end of the gymnasium. But been a great atmosphere tonight from everyone involved from both teams. I'd like to give a thank you to General Brown for putting us in a really nice spot to watch this game and call it from. It's been an awesome opportunity here right in the top of the bleachers, basically right at midcourt. So big thank you to General Brown, Joe Felino, the athletic director, for setting this stuff up for us. It's been a huge help and an awesome experience. So Lowville, following the timeout, trailing by 4. See what they drew up. Brown takes it to the basket, and his shot is no good. Rebounded by General Brown. It'll be Ryan Hiller to bring the ball up for the Lions, who then passes to Rosebrook, who seems to have no interest in dribbling. And General Brown is going to take a timeout immediately following a timeout for Lowville. So about 20 seconds elapsed between those two timeouts. Almost certainly General Brown's coach, Matthew Fisk, will be looking to draw up a play here for the Lions, as they will possess the ball following the timeout with just over 2 minutes to go. In tonight's matchup, Frontier League action, obviously. Class B, a couple of big Class B rivals, Lowville and General Brown. And it's been a good one so far. Here's General Brown now. It's Ryan Hiller, who passes to Caleb Price. Ball inside, and one opportunity on the layup for Ryan Hiller. A nice give and go where Hiller passed it to Caleb Price, who got it right back to Hiller, and he was able to fight through the contact to put that one up and got it to fall. Misses his and one free throw, but it's an offensive rebound for Tucker Rosebrook. Cutting the basket is Price. Shot is no good, rebounded by Brown. Coming up the court now is Brown. He's got men open, he finds Myers, and his layup is good. So a fast break, 2 points for Lowville, as Ryan Myers was able to put that one in, as Brody Brown grabbed the rebound and brought the ball up the court. We're going to have another timeout called on the court following that one. Still 4-point game, 49-45. Lowville with a minute and 39 to make up those 4 points. And after what they did earlier tonight, I wouldn't put it past them. They had a big deficit after the first quarter and crawled all the way back and look poised to at least make a run at it here in the last minute and a half. But the General Brown Lions will look to be staunch on defense. They've got some serious size, obviously, in Tucker Rosebrook down low. And he's already had a couple of blocks tonight. We'll see how much Lowville decides to try to attack the paint with their main weapon, Brody Brown. Sitting on 4 fouls in this game. Brownville inbounds the ball. It's Hiller now. Finds Caleb Price. General Brown looking to run the clock a little bit here. Down low, Rosebrook, who passes back out to Price. Hiller now. Rosebrook down low, double teamed. Able to poke the ball loose was Ryan Myers, but he was unable to secure it, and the ball will go out of bounds. General Brown maintains possession. 7 left on the shot clock, a foul and 1 for Ryan Hiller. So with the shot clock winding down, Hiller was able to drain that one. even though he fought through some contact. And he's going to get another shot from the free throw line. No good. Last touch, General Brown. Lowville will take the ball, trailing by 6 with just over a minute left. Watson to Brown. Brown to Myers, who cuts to the paint and is fouled in the act of shooting. Dalton Myers will go to the line for 2 for Lowville with just over a minute. 1 minute and 1 second. The clock reads. Score clock reads here. Myers looking to cut into the lead. First free throw is no good. Off the back iron and then rolled out. Second free throw for Dalton Myers is also no good. So a missed opportunity there for Dalton Myers to cut into the lead. Under a minute now to go in the game. Big pressure from Lowville. And General Brown able to break out. And Rosebrook has gone down. We're going to get a stoppage in play. Not certain what happened on that play. We are going to get a foul, it appears, against Lowville as Tucker Rosebrook went down, seemingly in some distress. He's up onto his feet now. And appears to be at least well enough to continue playing. Does Tucker Rosebrook. So not entirely certain what the injury there was to Rosebrook. Maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him. Regardless, first free throw from Ryan Hiller is good, extending the lead for General Brown. Hiller's second free throw is also good, and it's 53-45. Myers with a quick three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by General Brown and fouled immediately. And the foul will be against Logan Watson. I think everybody in the building collectively held their breath there. They weren't sure if that one was going to be the 5th for Brody Brown. Instead, it will be against Logan Watson. It'll be his 2nd. And it will be Caleb Price heading to the line for General Brown. It'll be 2 shots for Price. First one is no good. Rang around the rim and came back out. Second shot now for Caleb Price is also no good. Nearly rebounded by Rosebrook. Eventually is controlled by General Brown. And Ryan Hiller thought he had gotten that one away before he was fouled. But instead it'll be Hiller going to the line. And the foul will be the 2nd on Dalton Myers. So 2 shots for Ryan Hiller. First one is no good. Has to be said that Hiller's done a very good job for this Lions team tonight, quarterbacking them. I mean, every time he was on the ball all night long, he was barking out instructions and telling players where to be. Here's Dalton Myers breaking down the court. Mid-range jumper is no good. Rebounded by General Brown and fouled by Logan Watson. That'll be his 3rd. And that'll send Luke Heller to the line for General Brown with 21 seconds to go. Lions lead 53-45 over the Red Raiders of Lowville. First free throw for Luke Heller is good. Heller's 2nd. Bounces and is rebounded by Brown. Brown now double teamed. Escapes from Caleb Price. He gets a shot off, is no good off the iron and out of play. 10 minutes or 10 seconds rather, and 8 is what the clock reads. Fouled immediately on the inbound. Ryan Myers fouls Ryan Hiller, who will go to the line for 2. So good ovation from the Lowville bench for Ryan Myers as he fouls out with under 10 seconds to go. First free throw from Ryan Hiller is no good. Too strong. Here's Hiller's second. That one is good. 55-45. As Dalton Myers brings it up the court. Shot attempt is no good. An offensive rebound and another one is also no good at the buzzer from Tanner Millard for Lowville. And so this one will end. General Brown able to hold on after a hot start. They found themselves in a tight one at times. The game got all the way back to within a couple points, but the final score from Brownville, New York, 55 is the score for General Brown at home against the visiting Lowville Red Raiders. For everyone at NBC Watertown, I'm Connor Lalone. Thanks to Zach Zabriskie, and we hope you have a good night. Thanks for joining us.